Podcast. Midnight Paco. Midnight Paco Podcast. Midnight Paco Podcast.
Yeah, trucker, blast trucker. Hey, life. Also Puerto Rican. Ladies and gentlemen, Cool Steve
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Midnight Paco Podcast. As always, you can find me at Justin Fuller Comedy on Instagram.
And I am the _great_COREE. That's where you can find me. Or you can find us both at the Midnight Paco Podcast on Instagram.
That's right. As you see, we got a special guest in the house.
In the house.
What's going on, y'all?
Where can they find you?
Yeah.
Hey, man, I'm Big Rich. You can find me Big Rich Comedy, every platform. Big Rich Comedy.
Bam. That's what's up.
Big Rich Comedy.
Big Rich Comedy.
Hey, don't forget to hit the likes and the subscribe button. It's going to be in this area somewhere in this area. Yeah, right there.
Appreciate it. Every one of you. Love you guys.
This episode of the Midnight Paco Podcast brought to you in part by the Acumen Paralegal Services. Help you help yourself the legal way. The services that they offer is they help with documents that need to be typed, guardianships, probate, divorce, wills and trust, complaints, business organization, financial planning, and legal research and writing. Go ahead and give them a call at 216-727-0049 or 216-456-2000. Michelle White will get you right. That's right!
What's going on, man?
What's happening, baby?
Appreciate you getting in the house.
Man,
Look at this.
Honored to be here. I know. I come here. Who is this ugly guy you got on this television?
Man on the screen.
Oh, my goodness.
That is
gracious.
D-Man.
Making moves. We had to get you in before you gone.
I got a face made for radio, don't I?
Not at all. Handsome as hell. Look at you.
Well, it's funny that
I
you
paid him to say that.
It's funny that you say that because I was just on the phone and someone said, who you gonna have on the show? And I said, I'm gonna have Big Rich Greene. I said, well, whenever we in a place, white people think I'm him and vice versa.
Hey, here's a picture. I think that somebody think that it was me. It was you. It's you and him with JB Smooth.
Oh, okay.
And I think people thought that it was me, but that's okay.
Man, it's all right. I'm not offended.
No, not at all.
This is my long lost twin brother. So,
Yeah.
you know, my father was out getting it in. That's all I know.
Papa was a rolling stone.
Love that shit. I think it's the color in the beard, though.
Maybe
See?
in the bald head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like white dudes with beards. Sorry, man. I look like everybody. I'm an average motherfucker. When you break it down, I'm average as shit because I look like every other bald-headed white dude with a beard.
Though, man, that fits you, man. You know, like a lot of white dudes, when they had a bald head, they be like insecure. It was like Telly Savalas and then a whole bunch of other ones that were scared to rock it. You look good in your bald head, man. You don't look like, skinhead or nothing like that.
I tell you what, I got flavor, and I've been doing it for some time, and I had to deal with it because of these ears. They just stick out. So you have to grow and be, it's all about personality.
Yes.
Like you said, when you have personality and you can just own some shit.
Personality.
And plus, when you can just do some bullshit, and it just takes away. When you have a good personality, it takes away from the big ass ears and the overbite.
Oh my goodness. Is that true, ladies? Is that true?
Hey man, my wife's
It worked for Denzel.
beautiful.
Oh man, you gonna put Denzel in there?
Well,
You gonna put the GOAT?
he got the most famous overbite in the world.
There ain't no overbite. There's an overbearing. That's what that is.
Shit ain't his shit.
Overbright. That's what it is.
Man, look.
What's up, Denzel? You know.
Shout out to Denzel Washington.
That's my dude.
I already told any dentist out there who wants to make a name for themselves and they want to hook me up with some nice gibberish, y'all. You
know what? That's a great.
I'm telling you, man.
You know what?
I need it.
They could come do the whole panel. Your teeth pretty straight. So.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I need some brightening.
I just need more of them.
Mine's brightening my teeth.
Really?
Yeah, they're light yellow now. So.
Is it light yellow?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, but they're all straight and they're in there. Mine are falling
I've
apart.
been doing the ghetto brightening with peroxide and
That's me. Peroxide
and baking soda. Yeah.
That's it. And it works. Yeah, you gotta have that regimen.
Man, they be putting that shit on TikTok where it puts it on there and they be like, look, for like 30 seconds. I'm like,
No, that's not true.
I'm gonna burn it's gonna burn my shit up and just make them thin as fuck. People are gonna be like, bing, and break them like that. Like, what the
Or
fuck?
you're gonna have some clear ass teeth.
That's possible. I tell you what, man, my dribblers were messed up from the gate, man. A wave pool knocked out my front tooth. Like, not knocked it out, but chipped it. When I was like 10 years old, dude, I hit the side of a wave pool. Because I was so light, my shit was like, bap, and hit my shit. I felt the cold air instantly. I was like, nerves, yo. It just went up into my brain.
And you grab your mouth and you go,
but then back then, the dentist, yo, he had this thick ass fucking cap, and that bitch felt like it was like this big in my mouth, yo.
Walk around look like Bugs Bunny.
It wasn't until I got married in 2010, which I got it looking like this, nice and clean and cleaned up a little bit, you know. But
he said he got a little bit of money in 2010, and then look, he got it done.
My wife's insurance.
So we got Rich Greene in the house, and you know, Rich is the first comedian that always, you know, because I always ask him like, when did he get started? He give me a story like Jesus, like BC and AD. Like, so I'm gonna try to see if I can get.
That's a great way to explain it, because he just told me the story. Okay, so what was the BC time like? When did you start doing comedy?
1989.
1989.
Dope.
And that's when Fight the Power came out.
How old were you?
Public Enemy.
Those are the keys.
I was 6 years old when I
Fight the Power.
No, I was 17 the first time I ever went on stage.
Dope.
Wow.
Where was that?
Hilarities.
Okay.
Yeah,
dope.
Hilarities Comedy
That
Club.
wasn't here.
This the old Hilarities. No, it was right there inside the at the top of the flats. You know, on East 9th Street. Hilarities. That's back when they used to have a Laugh Track magazine out there, and the hottest comics at that time, outside like maybe Chris Rock, was like Jerry Seinfeld, Bobby Slayton, those type cats. I remember I was like, man, I'm gonna keep doing this. I want to open up for Bobby Slayton and Jerry Seinfeld.
Okay.
This was before Seinfeld had his show.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
So that was the first time I ever got on stage, and then I performed. I had a child early. I had a daughter. I was 20 years old. I'm 20 years older than my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started taking life a little bit more serious away from it. Back then, there wasn't as many outlets to do comedy.
Right.
There was no internet. I didn't even really know where to go. It was Hilarities in the Improv.
Okay.
So that was 1989. And then I lost the first, because it was a contest. Mm-hmm. And I lost the first time I went up. Okay. But everybody like, man, you would win if you had a better mic. I said, a better mic? What you mean? I was holding a microphone like this, like I was a rapper.
Oh, they couldn't hear you?
Yeah, they couldn't hear me.
Oh, shit.
Second time I came back, I held the microphone the right way, and I won. I won like 10 times in a row.
Nice.
Wow.
And then from there, I bumped into people like, rest in peace, Courtney G was out at that time. Rob Allen was just getting started.
Okay.
Jim Klein, I remember Jim Klein, and then a guy named Drew Carey.
Okay, Drew Carey.
He ended up here. So, and then I got a regular job at the Improv. And I worked from the Improv from 1990 to 1996, but I wasn't doing comedy all the time.
Okay.
And somebody canceled, I had to get up on stage. I got to open for Emo Phillips and, Bill Bellamy, that type of stuff.
Okay, Bill Bellamy. Yeah, I like Bill Bellamy.
But I really wasn't.
Nice guy Bill Bellamy is.
He's the nicest guy.
What was your job at the comedy club?
Promotions.
Okay.
Promotions. I used to help.
Hey man, that's fucking like an internship.
It really is. I had to fill a club.
Yeah.
So back then, the comedy clubs used to run from Tuesday to Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
That's all we were talking about.
It's a long time.
Yeah.
So we had shows almost every night, and then open mic was on Mondays.
Okay.
So I do the open mic, and then we'd pack the club. It was me and 3 other people.
Nice.
That is awesome,
Nice.
man. See, and then so you say how long you been doing? You did that for how long then?
I did that.
And then
from
you had
90 to 96.
So it was when you had the kids when you stopped, or
Yeah, basically, I will get on stage every now and then because once you do comedy, it's always in you. I was good.
Right.
I entered this contest, funniest high school student. I took second place. I really should have took first, but I used to challenge myself to do a different 5 minutes every single time I was going up.
Okay.
What I didn't know is it was just better to do the 5 that you had.
Right.
You had different crowds each time.
Yeah.
But we got to. Man, I was 17, 18 years old. I was going to nightclubs.
Mm-hmm.
I was in nightclubs, and then I go back to school in the morning.
right?
How dope is that? Last night I was hanging out with Brian McKnight last night.
right.
For period English. Right.
Right.
That's dope.
That is dope.
It sounded,
That's dope as shit.
The only closest person I know that's doing that now is shout out to Frank Jackson.
Frank Jackson. Yeah, he comes with. He's 17 years old. Yeah,
very respectful kid.
You know, it's funny because when I was in high school, we had a talent show, and of course I didn't go up for none of that shit. You know, I was like, I ain't going up on stage. Fuck, I'm funny as fuck. I'm sitting with my buddies. But this dude went up there like to do comedy. And he was okay. It was somebody I knew, you know what I mean? But I was like, it never, like, we talk all the time. It never occurred to me to do comedy.
Me neither.
I mean, I always wanted to do comedy.
Yeah, me too.
Really?
Always wanted to do it. But I seen him on TV. And I grew up in Erie, Pennsylvania. We talk about it all the time. And I'm like, there was never, well, not that I know of. I didn't know about open mics.
Or washing windows for a business.
You stupid.
They don't wash their windows.
Inside joke.
No, they don't wash their windows in
They're
Erie.
dirty windows up there, which we can find them in Cleveland. I see them all the time. There you go. Yeah, shit. See, he knows. And Captain Joe's.
I bet the windows are dirty.
He's stupid. But anyway, I didn't know about any of that shit. And it's funny. I seen Chris Rock the first time I ever seen like a live, like right up front was at IUP. It was in 90. I graduated in 96, so it had been 97. I think he was at IUP. It was like right before New Jack City, or right around New Jack City. It had been right around New Jack City because somebody was like, "Do Pookie," and he was like, "Pookie's dead." Like basically, like, fuck y'all, motherfucking college kids. I ain't trying to do Pookie and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it was cool as fuck to see him, but once again, he's already like famous. I can't get there. You know what I mean? I can't get there.
How much is one rib?
Yeah, put in my hand for a dime. That's one of my favorite movies.
Right.
Look, your audience is lost, y'all. We having a good time. We going back to Hollywood Shuffle.
That's what happens. We don't even care.
Research it.
I'm gonna get you sucking this bitch.
Yeah.
All those good movies.
We talking back in the day.
But no, that's so it's cool that somebody jumped on it at a young age, you know what I mean, and that it stuck with you because obviously, how long did it take before you got back into it?
I took like a 25-year break.
Wow.
So now that's why I look at it like this is just my resurgence. I can't count that time because comedy is about repetition,
right?
And I'm not doing it for 25 years. I'm new,
right?
So I came back. My 3-year anniversary will be January 8th.
Dope.
So, but I probably had more potential younger. You know what I mean? I was like, I had all the talent. I was a dancer.
Nope. You know why?
What's that?
Because you have more experience.
Right.
I have a lot.
You got a lot more shit to talk about on stage, and you can talk about fucking anything with a lot more wisdom and knowledge. You know what I'm saying?
Trial and error will teach you a lot.
And it's funny because a lot of the shit kids don't know about yet, maybe. So you'll hit them with that knowledge. People already know, and they're like, "Man, that's some true shit." You know what I'm saying? How many times you sit and watch the TV like, "I know that shit. I've been saying that shit all my." So we're the ones saying that shit on stage. You know what I mean? Even if people are thinking it, we're the ones going up there and saying it. How many times you have that same thought?
You're the conscious of the people.
You know what I'm saying? But you have to get to a certain point in your career before you can start saying some real shit. It seems like.
No, you know what? I actually think it's opposite. I think that you can say the realest things when you're getting started. Now they might not be funny.
Okay.
Because we don't have that
ability,
that level of confidence to say it. But when you're unknown, you could get away with more. Mm-hmm. They can't cancel somebody who doesn't have anything to cancel.
Can they cancel anybody?
I get that.
Yeah, you can't.
Can they cancel anybody?
Well, I mean,
in a sense.
Well, what they could do, public opinion means a lot.
I know. Yeah.
People
unfortunately,
they could sit there and they could slander you, and it only takes a few bad words. People, you know, it's a guy that's in Cleveland, a very famous guy. His name is Delonte Hawkins.
Shout out to D-Hawk.
And I'm gonna tell you, he said some of the. He just has so much wisdom. You know, he has a lot of wisdom, and his thing is, you could tell somebody, hey, man, Cool C is a good guy. I mean, he's solid, he's honest. Justin's like the salt of the earth. They're great guys. Well, I don't know him, so I don't know.
Right.
Then you could say, man, Cool C an asshole. Justin is a thief. Yeah, I figured that. I could tell.
What? Right.
You know what? I just want to take it back a little bit because Rich said something very important. And, you know, I always tell the newer comedians to always watch our podcast, of course, to follow our career, because we literally started doing this podcast at the beginning of our career, and we talk about, our experiences along the way. From day one. And we also shout out to Joe Byers.
Shout out to Joe Byers. High breath.
Those are two, I'm going to say, our podcast and his podcast any questions that you have will be answered if you watch the podcast.
His will give you everything you need because he has interviews with over 400 comedians.
But to piggyback on the reason why I brought that up, when Joe Byers was on our show, Rich said the same thing. He said that he thought he had to do a hot 5 every time. Mm-hmm. But in reality, you work on you got that 5, you just retweak that and work on that and master that, if you will, that.
Well, because there's so many aspects of it. So you start off with the 5. But then you play back, okay, I can punch this up. That's always the first thing. When you hear back something, you can always say, fuck, I could have said this. Especially if it's the first time you say that 5 minutes. Yeah. And then once you're comfortable with it, the emotions, the body language changes.
Acting it out.
100%. You're more comfortable. You go up there like, I got this shit. This is fucking been rehearsed. When Jerry Seinfeld went on this Tonight Show or whatever, he did the same set 100 times around town. 5 minutes.
Do you know what's the Jewish kid with the curly hair? I can't think of his name, but he's Seth Rogen?
It really sounded like you were just generalizing a Jewish kid. Right. Every Jewish kid I know.
No, he laughs like,
what's his name? Jeremiah?
he laughs like, that's his real laugh.
Where at?
Where?
He played in
you gotta get.
He played in
anything.
He's famous. Glasses, curly hair, Seth something.
Jonah Hill?
Bam.
No, not Jonah.
Rogen.
Seth Rogen.
Seth
Rogen. I literally watched his set. Like
he's a comedian?
I think they all started off.
Yeah, he's a comedian. Seth Rogen did his same set prior to his voice changing. He did the same. Like if you look up Seth Rogen's first set, it would be him telling those jokes, and you could see him go through the years telling the same things.
At the confidence level.
Well, his voice is changing now. He
has to do
He went through adolescence telling the same set. My whole point was he was doing the same set.
Oh, okay.
I was wondering where you were going with
that. Yeah.
So long-born ass story.
I'm sorry, man. I'm long-winded Willie.
I thought there was a punch at the end.
Yeah, it wasn't no punchline. I mean,
But I love Seth. You know what? He has that everyman syndrome.
Right.
You wonder why you like him. He's just like a cool ass dude.
But the thing with them, man, is I think their group of guys is they're like people like who got together all in the same, do comedy, whatever case, and they're like, let's do a skit. And then it turned into a movie. And then they're able, like Adam Sandler, he had all of his peeps in all of his movies.
Hey, he's a testament to carrying your boys with you.
You ain't lying.
Boys every single time.
Every time.
I wonder if you have ideas and stuff, and then your crew keep saying, and let it be known. Yeah.
Look,
no, whatever. They let it be known. I just want to do my comedy.
Listen.
I don't want to do that. I just want to do my comedy.
Listen.
It sounds like I'm in the middle of a relationship dispute. This is a bad marriage I'm in the middle of.
I just want to do my comedy.
Look,
that's a passive aggression right there, baby.
Some people just like to go on stage, right, Rich?
Acting ain't for everybody.
Look, and I'm not opposed to it, but I'm just focused on one thing. And if you come up with an idea and we can film it, I'm fine with that. I'm cool with it. Problem is, he came up with a thought, and I have a great premise. I can't do it because I'm married. My wife will not allow me to sit there and judge stinky buttholes.
But you talk about it all the time.
I talk about stinky buttholes, but I can't sit there with different chicks shaking their booty.
On screen,
because then it'll become a thing. Because then people will want to be in my shit. Then I'm going to have stinky buttholes.
Your wife would like that fat ass check over you looking at some fat asses.
And he's married.
Do you know my wife?
He's married.
I haven't met your wife.
You will not know. There's no amount of money that she will agree with.
You're married, right, Rich?
Chicks with big booties being in my fucking DMs.
They not in your face, though.
No. You see, it becomes me picking them out. But then that's a fetish then. Because now it's me searching. Right? Now, what I'm saying. Because that is me searching for the perfect one to fucking comment on. And then I'm going to have ones that just think their booty don't stink and want me to judge it for its cleanliness. And I'm going to have to fucking have big booties bopping and shaking all in my DMs.
That just sounds horrible.
My wife won't allow it. You see what I'm saying?
So, anyway.
It sounds great, but my wife won't allow it, is what I'm getting at. I can't have that.
All right, so
Have
Rick.
you ever seen his balls?
Never.
No, they're up in my fucking stomach.
No, they're in his wife's purse. That's where I was getting. You have to go ask her to open her purse to see his balls.
You know what that is? You know what that's
she
called?
might cut them motherfuckers off in my sleep.
You know what that's called, Justin?
Huh?
You know what that's called?
What?
Beta.
Fuck that shit. Yeah, hey, man.
Beta Bell. But anyway.
Either way, we don't know. I have to figure out what my career is worth.
Mrs. Fuller.
She'll stab me.
But
She want
okay.
that check.
We sort of veered off, but the very important point is we were talking to, we were saying
You
like
always veer off.
we were always worried about write new material. We need new material. I don't see anything wrong with and you came to a point. When did you come to a point when you said, "Man, my first material was great. All I got to do is."
We just talked. So it's funny. We were talking about this before. We
Right.
My first material was great. I think the first material you write is brilliance in there, because you're really you're speaking from your soul,
Right? You're trying to find that.
and you're trying to find your voice.
Yeah.
And it really is good. You just abandon it because you become better on stage. So you suck so bad when you first start that you think that material sucked, but it doesn't. It's really some gems in there, because not only are you talking from your soul, but you're looking at the people you admire, and you have some of their characteristics because you're mimicking somebody.
Right.
When you first start, we all mimic somebody.
Dave Chappelle like a motherfucker.
You mimic
I try.
them until it becomes you, and then you say, "Okay, I found my voice." And it's like a singer. A good singer mimics a singer, whether it's their voice coach,
Right.
whether it's somebody
Right.
they admire, and then they start singing like that person until they start hearing their voice in it, and then they take it up a notch for them,
Right.
and then they go their way. That's why you get those signature sounds. If you hear John Legend's voice, you know his voice over everybody's
Right.
voice. You know Usher's voice over
Right.
Luciano Pavarotti. You know Aretha Franklin, but they all sang like someone.
Right.
She was probably singing like Mahalia Jackson when she first started.
Right.
Then it was Aretha Franklin. Then you probably had Gladys Knight, who was her friend, singing like her until she found, "Oh, I'm Gladys Knight."
Right.
And then you had Whitney Houston following after Gladys Knight until she became Whitney Houston. And then so on and so forth. Mariah, it goes on and on.
Right.
Just like comedy. You had Richard Pryor used to copy Bill Cosby, not copy his material, but his mannerisms. He was a clean comic. I wanted to be like him because I admired him. And then one day he cussed on stage and the light came on.
Right.
He's like, "This is me. This is where I feel comfortable."
Right.
And then do you have your Paul Mooney's? So it's finding your voice. Finding your voice. But like you said, work on that same 5 minutes. Can I say what I would think is a progression? I don't mean to overtalk.
No, keep going.
no,
Yeah,
you're
please.
good.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm listening. I'm in school.
I would think that the progression is this. If you can find a place to host. Become the best host you can become. Because once you get comfortable hosting, if it's a bad show, it's the host's fault. If it's a good show, it's the host's fault. Now, everyone that said, "Oh, that headliner was great, the feature act was great," and they won't even remember your name.
Right.
But you set everybody up. Right. If they're walking out and they're saying, "Man, the host was the best," you didn't do your job. You didn't do your job. Some people might say, "Hey, man, you're just as good as everybody else."
Right.
Right.
That's okay.
That's legit.
But you never want, as a host, your job is to facilitate.
Right.
It's not to make it about me.
Right.
You say a joke, I remember it. I'm gonna dovetail off your joke, make another one, tell the crowd to buy more drinks, big up the place that you in,
Right.
Tell them to tip, turn your phone off, give your full attention. You're just managing. You're
So,
the director.
so you do about a minute of material in a sense, or about 3?
It's according to the flow.
Okay.
I would say nothing over 3. Now,
Okay.
I've had times where I gotten in the zone and I've done 10 minutes.
Damn.
And,
Get it?
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Well, hosting in between. Like, so Okay, let me tell you something. That just actually happened. Yeah, old boy was very, very mad, deservedly so.
Okay. Well, at least you got that.
This was recent.
Oh, damn.
Recently? This was recent. And,
Where? Do you want to say? Okay.
He liked me.
Wait a minute. What? Was it before the headliner?
Yeah, we had somebody come up and die.
Oh,
We had a
okay.
guest set come on and totally changed the energy in the room. So what I was doing is I was trying to redirect the energy.
Okay.
Bring it up.
Okay.
And I did it. Now, at the time, he was not happy.
Okay.
He was like, what the F? Get him that.
Right,
F on
right,
stage.
right.
I told him to do blah. And he was livid.
That's a
But once I explained the reason why I did it,
right.
he was like, how long you been doing this? I was like, I've been back 3 years. No, you've been doing longer. He thought I've been doing like 20, 25 years.
Okay.
I'm like, no, man, I said total of 5. Man, I don't believe that. He just didn't believe it. He thought I was grandstanding.
Right.
He was correct.
It's
I
correct.
wasn't grandstanding. It
No,
wasn't-
not saying you were grandstanding, but he was correct in the amount of time.
No, he was correct. Well, everything he said, he kept stretching it. It went from 10 to 15 to 25. If he told the story now, it'd be 45 minutes. Let me
Yeah.
tell you something, though. Every time he get in this area, who does he call? He
Okay.
called me.
Well, that's dope.
Because he understood that I wasn't doing it to be grandiose or anything like that. I was really doing it because this person really effed the energy.
But
up.
see, even so, I mean, you gotta think about it like this: if you're the headliner, he ain't taking away from your time unless there's another show right afterwards.
No, this was the last show of that day.
See, so why are you even mad? You know what I mean? If he's in there and the crowd is feeling it, and you're doing your job as the host, and they're enjoying the night, and they're not dying, and you saved it, there's no reason for another comic out there to be upset about that because you're having a good time and the crowd's having a good time.
This guy brought it to a screeching halt.
So can we? We'll die. No, I'm talking about the comic that was mad briefly.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So does that deal with ego in this shit?
No,
Or was it
no.
just?
He was 100% correct. What I should have did is allow, because I think the guest came on just before the feature, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
And the feature is
So
not,
you were bringing the feature
I was
on.
going to bring the feature
Okay.
on, but the feature is not a rah-rah guy.
Okay.
So you just had somebody come up there and say something.
Die.
Oh, my God. It wouldn't just die. It's
Oh
like
shit.
change the whole freaking temperature of the room.
Do I know a guest? Do I know this person?
No,
Okay.
I don't know if you do. But
Okay.
he just changed the whole temperature.
Okay.
We got it back. It does. That's not
Either way,
That's
not
what he want to
important.
know. That's what he trying to pull out of you. Like,
Oh, who was it?
Who was it that
No,
killed
because I know a few people can do that, but go ahead.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
But so what I was getting at is this: host, find a place you can host, become a house MC,
Okay.
become a house MC, learn how to do crowd work,
Right.
and then from your crowd work, record everything you do. That's where you're gonna get your. I write on stage. I write
see.
off stage, but I write on stage.
That's good.
And I record every single one. I got kind of arrogant at one point and went recording.
Uh,
Always record.
Always
not
record.
video.
No,
necessarily.
no, audio for sure.
I think audio is more important because you'll get caught up on the way you look. You
That's
really
cool. Look at his face right there.
you really should just listen to your audio. The way you look is not important.
Not important. I mean, it's a little important because it's all about mannerisms and how you're doing with the crowd. But
you
what
hear
you're
it in your
saying, and not only that, what the response is.
What the response is.
Mostly is what the response is from what the crowd. Because I hate listening to what the fuck I'm saying. I'm listening to the response and then like,
But see-
okay, I see why they didn't respond that way. You know what I mean?
But sometimes you can listen to yourself. Like if you close your eyes, you hear more.
For sure.
You hear more. Like if they weren't watching me, I'm going to say the same thing, the same exact thing. I'm going to say it once, regular, and then once with a smile, and you'll hear the smile. Please come on out and join us. Please come on out and join us.
Right.
You could hear it.
Right.
yeah.
You didn't
Right.
have to see that I was smiling. You felt it.
Right. But you also put emotion behind it too.
But see, once you smile, it's emotion.
It is.
See, a lot of times we go up there
Yeah.
and we're doing comedy, and we okay, I want to get to this, and I want to
Right,
get to that.
right.
You see that?
You
Now,
just loot. Now you're
we're
robotic.
doing comedy. I want to get to this, and I want to. You see, it's a warmness.
Yeah.
Right. It's a dopamine that's let go in your head.
Right.
So comedy is all energy.
Mm.
So one of the things is when you get in the comedy room, if it's a hot room, you're gonna have a bad night.
Oh yeah, just because
You're gonna have
everyone's sweating.
A hot room. For one, they make rooms too hot. People don't drink alcohol in hot rooms.
Right.
You want it to be a little bit cold, so people drink alcohol to warm up. Blood thinner, right? The other thing is sometimes they'll have tables 20 feet away.
That's too far.
You gonna have a bad night.
Yeah, that's way too far.
You gonna have a bad night.
They're not close.
The tables got to be right up on the stage.
Yeah.
They'll put it out for the the dance floor or something.
Don't get him started. Oh, Jesus.
I don't perform on dark stages.
You just opened up the Pandora's box over here.
On dark stages. It's like, no, I do an open mic, or I want to do a guest set. If the stage dark, I don't want to go up. I'm good.
Can you say that one more time, Rich?
I don't perform on dark stages. I don't. I'm already dark skinned.
And he said if the stage is dark, he's not performing.
I'm not performing.
So thank you.
Not that I would get to a venue and say, "Oh, that stage is too dark. I'm not performing." No, I can't get paid.
Right, exactly. Thank you.
Let me clear this up.
Yeah.
If it's an open mic, I'm not getting on the
Right,
stage.
right.
It's not worth it.
Yeah, no.
Some places it's not worth to get up. If you see it's a bad night and there's people who being aggressive, don't get up and let yourself get kicked in the teeth.
Right.
Well, you know what? Just to piggyback on what you said, and this is what I believe in shows and open mics and everything. You need 4 things to have a show. You need a place to perform, a performer, an audience, and proper light and sound. That's 5 things. And without one of those 5 ingredients, you don't have a show. That's like asking for a Polish boy with no coleslaw. I mean, you just don't.
You don't. If you're from Cleveland, you totally lost all that. Polish boy, no coleslaw. What is that?
Yeah, you can't. It's just a Polish
Dry
boy.
ribs. Just think of dry ribs.
You gotta have the kibasi, the coleslaw, and the fries and the bun. And that's a Cleveland Polish boy.
Sauce.
And the barbecue sauce. If you don't have one of those, you just got a sausage sandwich.
Sausage. You want a little refill? No, you good?
You know what? Yeah, I would take one.
You know what? But that's a pretty nice coaster you using there, Rich Greene. What is this?
This is the Midnight Paco Podcast coaster, baby.
You gotta have
Get
it.
yours. Order yours today.
Yeah, but yeah. So
Okay, so what
at my level,
I'll put some in, but you can put it in the rest.
we all
what you want.
See, ain't no different levels. Everybody at the same level. Thank you. Yeah. We're all doing the same thing. It's all
I
comedy.
agree.
You're gonna start seeing that when you meet those people you think are famous, the best ones are the most humble.
Oh,
that's been my experience.
The
thus
best
far.
ones are the most humble. It's the people who are the assholes you start to see. They start to fall real quickly when you ain't popular anymore because you stepped on you kicking so many people in your butt.
Right.
Now that's just me observing because
Right.
I ain't got there yet. I'm trying to get to that trajectory. But that's what I'm saying. Become a house MC. Learn how to MC. Learn how to do crowd work. Crowd work is where you're gonna write. When you start performing, like you're doing feature and things like that at A clubs, they want to see your material. They don't want you doing as much crowd work. They want to know that you have material. So the hosting is for that. Humble yourself. Host. When you go back home, host.
And I just want to just say, he is super humble.
Super.
Rich is the shit. Don't get it tangled or twisted. He always saying, this, and I'm honored that he's here on the show, and I'm glad he took the time to do it. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Hey, look, they're being very generous with that. Trust me. I have my nights. I have my nights.
We all have night. I don't get it. I told him I love everybody until I get my car. Then I fucking hate everybody. You know what I'm saying?
You know them angry drivers?
No, everyone else gets in my. You know what I'm saying? Just
it's not him, people. It's everybody else on the road.
People are because I used to drive truck. You know what I'm saying?
So
I'm respectful of the rules.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just you know that shit when the fucking thing is you see an arrow and it's saying the fucking lane is cut the fuck off.
Get over. Start getting over.
Don't start just keep coming up this motherfucking way like you're gonna jump everybody.
Trucks cannot stop like cars, people.
That's right.
Don't stop jumping in front of them trucks,
Yeah,
please.
I'm just saying in general, because I'm in my car now, but my mentality is the same as a trucker. You know, I'm a defensive driver. I know other fucking people are assholes, but either way, I'm just
He going in.
Yeah, we've had these comments. You know what we do when we go in most of the time?
We turn this red. And we
Oh,
go
for real?
in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where is
When
that
you go,
shit at?
you're not going red, are you?
No, that's just what we do. I'm just showing examples. Well, that's what we.
Well, see, I'm black, so I turn maroon. That's the closest I'm gonna get to red.
Let me put back to party mode. All right.
Host.
That's right.
Find a place you can host. Become the best host. Then when you feature, become the best feature.
Yeah.
That you can be. Be yourself. And then you start headlining. So what I do bar shows. I do a lot of bar shows. I'm headlining bar shows, and that's fun. Those are one-nighters. Those are considered one-nighters. Sometimes I get, the 2 nights.
Yeah.
It turns into a little baby tour, if you can find something there. And then bookers will start finding you when you find bookers. Get yourself a good headshot.
See,
get yourself a good headshot. A lot of times
overbite. I'm like,
when I'm doing these posters for my shows, people send me stuff, and
look how good you look, though, man. Come on, dog.
Hey, shout out to Freddie Bryant. Go see my man Freddie Bryant. Ill Designs, y'all. DEZIN. Ill Design, y'all. Go see my man Freddie
shout out to
Bryant.
Freddie.
So, and he's very affordable, y'all. Just get a good headshot, and you could do it if you can't afford Freddie. Do it with your phone.
Right.
People send me these fuzzy pictures. It's pixelated. When you copy your own picture off of Facebook,
right,
each time you do that Facebook or Instagram, it degrades the picture. It becomes more and more pixelated, and then if it blows up, it gets fuzzy the whole time.
Right.
The other thing is everybody can't afford a website. I get that. So you don't necessarily need a website, but get a YouTube page. Right. And you don't have to publish your videos. You could do it as unlisted. Put the videos up unlisted, so when somebody says, send me a tape or something, you just send a link.
Okay.
You send the link and you send your headshot. And then do a little bio, even if you ain't got nothing to say. Hey, I'm Justin Fuller, former truck driver, family man, grandfather. I'm a funny man. I decided to do comedy. It's lighthearted. I talk about everyday life. I talk about grandkids. I talk about
fingers and buttholes.
Okay, I don't know what this is.
Greg Morton has the best explanation.
Go ahead, man.
I'm a rest press. People call me Cool C because I'm just so laid back, and it doesn't have to be anything, but then have a sample of your work. And I would say have a clean one and then have a dirty one. The one thing I'm gonna say about locally Pete, and I'm sorry that I'm talking so much, y'all.
No, this is you, man. Yeah, the stage is yours. You the guest, baby.
But we have a guy named Pete.
Shout out to Pete.
What's it called? Funny
Stop.
Yeah, shout out to Pete.
Y'all. Shout out to Pete. One thing he has right, clean comedy. You're going to put way more stuff if you can do clean comedy than dirty comedy.
Yeah.
Dirty comedy, it's raw, it's fun, it's exciting, but you want a corporate gig? You can't go up in there and MFing and...
But is that really the basic, is just dropping F-bombs? I mean, really, shit and ass. Obviously I cut that shit out too, but...
you know what? It's according to what... Most of the time, I start out, I show up. I'm ready to do a PG show.
Okay.
And I had a reverend, I just did a retirement party. Right. And the reverend hit me up. He's like, hey, this is Reverend... I ain't going to say the reverend name. I said it at the thing, though. He's like, hey, man, you can cuss. And I said, excuse me, Reverend? I don't think I want to cuss. No, sir. No, sir.
Yeah, right.
He said, no, it's not going to be any kids there. He said, I don't think it's going to be any kids there. I said, well, what makes you sure? He said, because I made the guest list.
See what?
He said you could cuss, but I still didn't go down
prepared. Right.
No, I didn't go down that road. I'll play it. I'll play it for y'all.
Okay.
But I just decided not to.
Okay.
Because I had my mind set up. I didn't need to.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
But at certain times, like last week, I should have probably cussed a little bit more. I had this thing on last Friday, and I just didn't know. These people, they were dressed up well.
Okay.
Just didn't know. So I dropped a few to see, and they responded
just
to
to test the water.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, see, that was like I did. We talked about it last time, but I did a guest spot for Kate Quigley, and I went one route instead of another route because I was trying to be respectful of the club and the crowd. I didn't know. But then again, I knew it was Kate Quigley, so I probably could have got away with talking about...
Could have got filthy.
Filthy, yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I went... it's just... we talked about it last time, though. It's just do you ever notice difference in crowds? Now, I know it's not always the crowd, but when you sit through two different shows and you see one crowd compared to another, like the second show was basically a third of the crowd responded to everything. It was just so weird. It was like they had no energy, which I thought they would have been more rowdy. Because it was the second show. People pre-gaming maybe, at the bar next door or some shit.
People be sleepy. If they over 40, they tired.
See, but so then why the fuck buy a ticket for the late show?
Hey, I just had to shut this bitch up and take her out.
Really?
I'm just joking. That's a total joke.
I was going to say, bye, bitch. She should have left. No.
There's no woman out there talking about her husband like that. So,
yeah,
anyway,
right.
No, I just think you start to get a certain feel. You get a feel.
Of
The
the
more you
crowd.
host, you're
Yeah.
gonna start getting it. You always get to a show early. Get to a show early.
Right.
I say an hour. Actually, I got that from Sean Showtime. Now he didn't tell me directly. He told my brother Derek, and I took it to heart. Now I can't say I make every show an hour early. Some I just get there on time.
Right.
But I can tell you, as a booker and as watching this, get to the show early.
Oh,
They all the bookers know each other. Let me just tell you this. Once you start working the circuit, they all know
Right.
each other.
right.
And you will get a reputation. It's better to have a reputation that precedes you than a reputation that follows you.
There you go.
Right.
So
Repeat that shit,
it's
please.
better to have a reputation that precedes you rather than follows you.
Thank you. That's
And
good.
Get there early. Look at the parking lot. Go look at the people. Start interacting. Smile.
Damn.
Smile. And like, hey, how you doing? Even if they don't know, yeah, hey, wave. Because then by the time you got up, they
Know
already
you.
know you.
Yeah. Hey, that's some
already know
gems you dropped a little bit, I believe. Right there
Hey,
a
he's
little
just
bit.
putting a stamp on it.
Yeah, no, yeah. It's some knowledge you've probably.
I just want to say, real quick, we went to the JB Smooth show, and
That's right.
and Hugh Moore opened up for him.
Hugh Moore, shout out to
Shout out to Hugh Moore and shout out to JB Smooth.
Yeah.
They were very cool and down to earth. I just wanted to mention that, not to take away from Rich's interview at all, but
No.
I just wanted to throw that in there. It was a pleasure, and even to piggyback on what you said, it's like a lot of times when you have a favorite comedian, you may or may not remember their jokes, but you definitely can relate to their personality.
Oh man.
And to me, it's like every professional show that you go to, they're meeting you and greeting you when you leave and thanking you for coming.
Right.
Do you practice that? I know that you are a people person. I've seen
Yeah,
you.
that's me naturally.
Right.
I do my best, but sometimes, like, I get in my own head.
Okay.
Because somebody was like, be careful. You don't want to patronize. Some people like
Wait.
the accolades. So, like, let's say you had a great show, right?
Okay.
Now you want to feel everybody say how great you are.
Okay.
You want to watch out for that. You don't want to get too high. You don't want to get too low. Because there's some nights you're not going.
But don't
they're
you?
not gonna connect.
But don't you do it after every show?
What's that?
Like
So-
say hi to people or whatever the case, or you know what I mean?
That's just me. Like you said, I'm just naturally a people person.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah, I want to talk to you regardless.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, we've all had shows that didn't go as smooth as we hope. But I mean, if somebody comes up to you, you're not like an ignorant person. You know what I mean? It's not like
I'm
that.
a hugger too, so that's the one thing I gotta watch out for. Is me too.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I'm definitely a hugger.
Okay.
So no matter who you are,
Right.
that's just-
Oh,
I feel
yeah.
I exchange my energy. I'm sitting there. I'm talking about my life. I'm not. It's jokes, but you learn something about me.
Definitely.
I told
Right.
you when I'm saying how poor I grew up. I'm not joking.
Right.
My mother. She used to bundle us up. She put on my winter coat. She put on my hat, my boots, my scarves, and then she tucked me to bed inside the cabin in the kitchen.
Ah, shit.
That's a real story.
Damn.
Like,
Mother sucker. Meanwhile, Pablo Escobar is burning fucking money to stay warm.
this is the truth, y'all. So we had to turn the oven on in the eyes of the stove in order that it was Jimmy rigged in order for us to have heat in the house.
Right.
So it don't hurt me. My mother was doing the best she could. But
For sure.
I just shared that with you.
Yeah.
So
Right.
at the end of the night, you became my family, whether I became yours or not.
Right.
So
Right.
it's not contrived. You don't have to be a runway model for me to hug you. You
Right.
could be a grandmother. You could be a grandfather.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm showing you love. Show me love back.
Right. I feel that.
Hey, let me throw this out there. Isn't that the best thing about comedy in the sense that most of the stuff we talk about is personal as shit.
It's very
yo.
personal.
You know what I'm saying?
Very
And we find funny and goddamn everything. And we try to and honestly that seems to be the point of everything is like you try to go out to a crowd who's probably having a shitty day, but most of the time especially at your level, maybe not to the point because you're headlining, so people come to see you. You know what I'm saying? And so they're taking time out of their night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're getting a babysitter.
That-
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
They're coming to because they had a day. They were at work, and you're going out there to tell them some shit and to make them laugh,
Right.
to have a good night. Because laughter is the best cure for fucking anything,
for
man.
anything.
Anything.
You know how many people you probably saved from committing suicide because you made them laugh that
Right.
day? Or you said something that they were going through.
And that was in the line at motherfucking wherever store you're at. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's the truth.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
bump into people and you just say, "Hey, how you doing?" Yeah, you know, stinky buttholes, and they just like, "No, I'm kidding." But you know what I mean?
Okay, I gotta hear this bump on. I haven't heard the joke. I'm very intrigued.
That's it.
Man, I go all.
He could go on and on and on and on.
I got
and
so
on.
many different bits. No, but that's the joy about comedy. You know what I'm saying? Is making people laugh and it's personal. You know what I mean? Like you just share.
To be honest with you, I hear some of the stuff that I share on stage is true.
No, you make a lot of shit.
I make up a lot of shit.
Yeah, you silly.
See, watch how funnier people gonna think you are when they realize, oh, that's real.
You see what I'm saying?
We went to Colorado, right?
Mm-hmm.
Shout out that.
Okay.
Shout out that, because that was dope.
Okay,
that was the first time I seen 3 motherfuckers from the area.
Yeah. So
Shout that out, yo.
It was Big Rich, Tank, and Patrick Madison. Shout out to
all
my man,
you guys are
Tank.
dope.
Shout
That's
out
a
to
hell of a
Patrick Tank.
Patrick
lineup.
Madison.
What up?
Yeah,
we flew out
hell of
to
a lineup.
Salida, Colorado, right?
Dope.
So we pull up, and we looking for their like Airbnb, like they stayed in this one place. So they had me book one place.
Okay.
And they had them book
Damn,
one
that's
place,
like, how'd that feel?
So yeah, it's crazy, right?
And y'all go over there. I'll meet you all later.
So we went to their place first.
Good luck.
And we followed Take's directions on his iPhone. Anyway, so we pull up.
Careful, Rich.
I'm like, this is crazy. So
iPhone.
we get there, right? It's like, oh, it must be an Airbnb because it was a house.
It's a tiny house. No.
But the address wasn't on the house.
Okay.
And it had a picture of it. So it showed we were in front of a yellow house. That was the address. But the white house was the picture. So it was a yellow house and a white house. So we walked over to the yellow house and open porch, dog barking in the back, and a bird was talking to us.
So fun.
It was a bird that was like, what's up? What's up, fellas? Hello.
Was it a parrot or some shit?
Yeah, it's a bird that can talk, right? So the bird talking back to us like, hello? Bird's like, hello. Hey, we go over there. I'm like, this shit is scary, y'all. I was like, I think it's next door. So we walk next door because we knock on the thing. Nobody come, the dog barking. We go to the house next door. I said, okay, here's a truck. A truck is here. We walk in, and it's like a little atrium area. And it's a little cubby hole. I'm like, okay, this must be where the receptionist is, right?
Right.
So, hello, nobody coming, right? So now we in this other house. Now, mind you, 2 black guys and a white guy, right? So
Colorado.
It looks like a crackhead. Love you, Patrick.
We sent the white guy in first. And
Good job.
Patrick looked like he just got finished smoking meth. No matter what he doing, because he like 64 pounds, right?
Love him to death.
So,
He's funny as shit, but
like,
yes.
I'm like, Patrick, you walk through the door. You're the white one.
There you go.
I'm like, hello, we're Negroes, but we're with this guy. So we walk in, and there's nobody at the front desk, right? So we look to the right, we're like, well, the door's open. So I called the booker. I said, hey, man, we're at the thing. He said, man, walk in, pick up the white phone,
The fuck?
and call Teresa.
What the fuck?
So I said, oh, okay, it is an Airbnb. So we walk in, and we look for a white phone. There's a cell phone sitting there, and there's a fucking laptop computer open with porn on. I'm like, wait a
somebody's
minute.
in the bathroom.
Patrick is walking back to the thing. I said, this ain't the house, y'all. This ain't the house. We ran out that motherfucker, right? We walked in somebody's house. We was in the fucking place, y'all. This is the wrong place. We were in Salida, Colorado for 3 minutes and we did 2 B&Es. Now, they ain't the blackest shit ever, right? Well, the homos playing that to plea. Like, oh, yeah, I know I broke it.
The Airbnb and everything.
With a meth head.
So, with a clear meth head, right?
Damn.
So,
Love you,
I called the
Patrick.
guy, I'm like, hey, man, I don't think this is it. So I said, give me that address. I put it in my phone. It says we're 1.5 miles down to the thing.
Don't blame that on Apple, man.
It's all iPhone. Fuck
So
iPhone.
I put it in my shitty Android, and we drove, and then it was a hotel. It was a like row house type hotel, right?
Okay.
And they look like, So we walked in there. It's a white phone.
Oh shit!
And I pick up the phone.
Teresa,
and she came.
Man, that's some fucking weird ass fucking hostage shit, yo.
Man.
Hey, go to the house with the white phone.
With the white phone. This
Call
like,
Teresa.
You are now entering.
Yeah, doors locked.
Would you like to play a game? Would you like to play a game? Like, damn.
Escape room in this bitch.
So we went over. Teresa came out, gave the key the whole night. We told her the story. Right? We crying, laughing.
Right.
But I'm like, damn, man, we could have got killed. We walked in somebody's
sure,
house. Right?
yo.
It is open carry there, and weed is legal. So.
Yeah, but so he was high as fucking jerking off. He wasn't
that shit on that laptop though.
It really wasn't no porn on that. So
I was about to say because he's in the bathroom jerking off. We ain't had jerking off. You got no problems.
I think he was in the bathroom, right? So I told this story on stage, and I said the name of the street, and I think some people there knew exactly what I was talking about. So they're like, "Was it really porn on that?" Tank was like, "Nah, it wasn't no porn."
Okay.
Tank let them think it was porn.
Yeah, because that
could have been the pastor's house.
It ain't that of it.
It could have been the elementary school.
So how'd the shows go, man?
Well, let me tell you. When Teresa came out, she gave us the key. She gave a key. I've been to plenty of hotels. I haven't had a key to a door in a year.
A long time.
I was like,
never. Yeah, right.
Was it a skeleton key or a regular key?
A regular key.
Okay.
So she walked us over, right? She said, "That's your room."
Oh damn!
It's like
Don't mind the swing.
it's like 88 degrees, right? We walk in there. It's these twin beds. The room is just about as big as where we sit there.
Ain't that a bitch?
And I was like, "Well, fellas, this ain't too bad."
Oh shit! I got a fucking different spot, too, son.
It's
Like, all right, y'all.
There's a chalk body outline on the bed.
Oh,
you know what
no.
I'm saying? I was like, "Oh, let's turn the air on." I turned the air on and said, "Like, bang, bang." They looked at me like, "You motherfucker."
You motherfucker.
So we went to the bathroom. They was like, "If your room look any better," I was like, "No, y'all chill here. I'm gonna go drive to my room." They like, "No, we coming with you, right?" So I get to my hotel. And they give me my key.
Oh, you got a key.
I
You got an electric key. Yeah, you got a card. You got a card key. Yeah.
Get to my room. He's like, he said, "Man, your jacuzzi's right there." And then we walk in the room, king bed off to the side, living area, little wet bar area.
And some fruit just for you to fucking chill.
They was like, "You motherfucker."
Oh, yeah.
Then he said, "Oh yeah, go out to the back." I open up the back. I got my own patio deck porch. I was like, "Well, it's not that much different."
How did that happen?
Man, this is shitty, y'all. I'm jealous. That's how I told him.
I was the headliner, son.
That's how that happened?
Yeah. Go to your shit room. Go back to your damn dungeon.
Write your jokes. Work on your material.
You can have this room next time, bro.
So
Go and work on your material.
So since I'm that motherfucker in the fucking shitty room, how much time do each of those guys do? Like Patrick and Tank.
Hey, let me just tell you, them guys, I think that they had better shows than I did. I just kind of freestyle. I went up there and I told that story to people. I told it better than
Yeah.
They're peeing on themselves. And then I was just talking politics, asked them how many. It was only 2 black people that lived in that. And you know it's a small city when they're like, "Oh yeah, we got 2 blacks."
Oh yeah, shit.
And one of them was walking outside and fell right in front of the place.
Oh, no.
You down to 1 black.
Damn it.
Whoa.
I hope nobody caught that. give me the footage.
He came in too. So I was like, "What's up?"
That's what's up.
But it was so fun. They showed us so much love. They said a lot of people said that was the best show they ever had.
Now let me ask you this. How'd you accomplish 3 local people together on one ticket, yo, to travel? That's dope ass fucking. That's dope.
Well, we took the onus on us, y'all. Whenever you travel, when you start traveling in comedy, y'all make sure you have paraphernalia that you can sell. And if you love the comedian, they did a decent job, just buy from them, because that's most of the money we make is really just from the sales.
Right.
Because the money you get from the gig basically covers your
travel. Right.
You know, you're traveling food.
I remember Patrick talking about that.
Yeah, you break even. So you need to have something to sell. So I had my T-shirts. That's when I first got my T-shirts.
Dope.
And,
I'm about to rock that shit coming up. Yeah,
thank you.
I got.
Thank
Hey,
you,
and
You're welcome.
Yeah, no, thank
and
you.
I got my Midnight Paco Podcast T-shirt, which I will be rocking.
Yes, he does.
Boom, 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 boom.
Yes, he does.
But it's a symbiotic relationship. Y'all need us to alleviate your pain from a hard day.
Right.
And we need y'all to survive.
Right.
So, and we working really hard. Even a bad comedian works really, really hard on that material. And they might not even be bad. They might have been bad that day
Right.
that you saw them.
Right.
But we go through things too. That's what I love. Deion Cole said at the end of his new special.
I got to check it out.
We all going through something.
Shout out to Deion Cole.
Shout
out to
Deion
Deion Cole.
Rest in peace to his mom.
Right.
Ooh.
And rest in peace to David Arnold too.
Yeah,
Right.
man.
Rest in
Shout out to David Arnold, yo.
Rest in peace to Dirty South and Sinbad. Get well.
Oh,
Send
yeah,
a good energy to
yeah. You was posted
Love
that.
Sinbad.
Sinbad.
So it's funny. Rob Ward and I were talking yesterday. Sinbad is one of the best
OGs,
comics
man.
ever.
Ever.
Sinbad could do a new hour every single set and not repeat one thing.
Talking about personality, yo.
We were talking about people who could do that. Him and Ali Sadiq are two people who could do that.
Ali Sadiq, yeah, he
Real
got stories for days.
And I actually thought that I had like my own style going on, but somebody told me that my comedy style reminded him of Sinbad.
Really?
Yeah, somebody told me that last Friday.
Really?
I mean, he's definitely one of my influences.
You know, that's Joe Byers' first comic that he's seen like live, not live, but on TV.
Really?
Yeah, that was one, and I love him from House Guest. I know I've seen him in other movies, obviously, but House Guest, he was the star
Rich,
in that bitch. And
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I want to get these questions out.
Oh, let's go.
Before.
I was talking too much.
No.
That's gems, man. That's beautiful stuff.
So if you wasn't doing comedy, you would be doing what?
Well, that's funny. I still work for a nonprofit.
Okay.
Shout out to the 4 C's, the Concerned Community Citizens Council.
Okay.
We're looking to hopefully become a CDC for the city of Cleveland. But it'd be some form of philanthropy or working with the people.
Okay.
But at this point, I've made it. This is what I want to do, and I want to provide opportunities for people. I'm planting seeds for trees that I never get to sit in the shade of.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Beautiful
Definitely.
words. Hey, so this is so you're just now going full time doing comedy.
Yeah, just not going full time. I still invest though.
Oh, but what I'm saying is now this is you're spreading your wings,
this
right?
This is my gig right here. But I will now. I do have a job offer out there, and they're trying to get the money right.
Okay.
I don't look at it as selling out. I need great medical benefits. So but
as long as you can still do what you're doing and still succeed in that.
Think about what the dude just said.
Yeah.
He has a job offer out there, and they're trying to get the money right. We fill out applications and beg and just hope that we get hired.
Right.
This dude is in negotiation. Like, look,
y'all
got to meet my standards. Y'all got to pay my gym memberships. Give me a food stipend, a company car.
They give me food stamps. I'll be okay with that. Give me EBT cards.
You hear what he just said? He was like, I fill out applications and hope I get hired. Do I have the job?
All of these guys are gainfully employed. I'm not unemployable here. I'm the 1099 person here. So.
Well,
I get to write off a lot of stuff. Dude.
You know what? I told him I left a job making decent money to make less money just so I can pursue
my comedy.
this.
Yeah. You want to do his
doing it.
Like I'm doing good.
You just want to do his comedy.
But guess what? I got nights free, and I can always just fucking
ouch, ouch.
I'm just saying, I can show up and do a guest spot on a Friday.
Very ouch, babe. Very ouch, babe. Very ouch.
And I can show up to my job and it's like, what the fuck ever, and still accomplish my goals.
Very ouch. But anyway, okay. So
very ouch, babe.
I got that from my man with the messed up teeth.
Me? Why you talking shit about me, dog?
Austin Powers.
There you go, Austin Powers. He was like
I would have to finish all your sentences. I'm gonna have to spend more time with you.
Yeah, man.
You're like the curly haired Jewish guy. I'm like, I know. Look,
he said messed up teeth. I was like, why are you talking about me? I'm right here, dog.
I was thinking of Austin Powers. Thank you. But okay, so that's what you would be doing. And okay, so my next question is like, if you're like me, it's a long list. But who are your comedic influences?
Oh yeah, good
Well,
question.
it's definitely a long list. I'll give you my Mount Rushmore.
There you go.
Okay, my Mount Rushmore as Eddie Murphy influenced me the most. Let me just be honest with you.
Great.
That's why I started doing it at 17 years old. I mean, I saw Delirious. I saw Raw. I was just like, wow.
Great.
You know, I did it 2 years after Raw came out. You know?
Yeah.
Right.
And he's the epitome. of me.
Right.
Me too.
Oh yeah,
Then-
100%.
Then it's like, because he had all the tools.
Right.
People say, "Oh, he didn't do it long," but you didn't see the nights in
At that age.
Staten Island and all that other stuff. At that age,
I didn't know he was that age when he did
was
Delirious.
His dad and them taking him to go do stuff. Yeah. Like Dave Chappelle mom taking him.
At 14.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So and forgive me for this, but you know Richard Pryor.
Yeah.
And you know I'm gonna say no order, no particular.
No
Yeah.
order. Yeah.
No order. Richard Pryor, because Richard Pryor is just a GOAT. I mean, just his
Come on.
honesty, his raw honesty in his comedy, the fact that this came from his life. The funnier he got was the more he told you about who he was.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Right.
To have that level of vulnerability is amazing, because that's why you probably, no offense to you, probably make up stories because you're not there yet where you want to share so much of yourself.
No, he don't want to open up for shit.
So once we start sharing that, and me included, will become even funnier, because nobody can beat you at being you.
No.
Right.
Just
Not
like
at
I said,
all.
somebody took a joke about the wife beater or whatever.
Right.
Oh, before we came on.
Right.
You know, they can't make a story about me.
Not at all.
They can't just say what I just said. My mother she bundled us up and put us in the cabinet.
Right.
It's the truth.
Right.
You know, that happened to me. That's
Yep.
my life. Now, if you take that, I take it
Good
personally.
luck. Yeah.
I take it personally.
Right.
Yeah.
So Richard Pryor, and then it gets a little bit muddy. I love George Carlin. Mm-hmm. You know, George Carlin is one of my greatest influences.
Yeah.
I love his wordplay, just the fact he was cerebral and he pretended not to care, but
Right.
he really cared a lot.
Lot.
And I understand why he had to have that persona of I don't care.
But did you see how did you watch that documentary?
I watched the documentary.
You see his evolution?
His evolution.
He always wasn't that.
He was 4 different people. See, they all started out clean. Him, Bill Cosby, Richard Pryor, because if you wanted to get on the Ed Sullivan show, you had to be
Right.
clean. You wanted
Right.
to get on Johnny Carson, you had to
Right.
be clean. If we want to get on television, you got to have a clean 5 minutes.
You got to have
get
a
up
clean
there.
5 minutes for sure.
So, you know, and then Dave Chappelle. Now,
Love him.
he's just
Love
an
him.
avant-garde when you think of Dave Chappelle. You
Love
know,
him.
people were like, well, I like the old Dave Chappelle. No, you wanted somebody in the box. He had an evolution as well.
Right. Sure.
He had an awakening, and he's being raw with himself.
Right.
Goat.
And he's sharing with you, you know.
He's my goat.
Dave Chappelle said this one joke. It wasn't even a joke; it was a story where he had $20,000 in the backpack. At the
Yeah.
But he said, "I feel safer having $20,000 on me in the roughest part of the city than a good-looking woman being on the thing." And nobody gives him credit for that
Right.
line.
Pussy,
Right.
yo.
They know what. It's just the fact that
Yep.
women ain't safe in this.
Oh, I know exactly.
just
That's
wanna-
what
I
he
just
was
wanna mention
relating it to.
something.
Yeah.
And that's a great Mount Rushmore, and that's sort of mine. But I do want to mention, in Delirious, Eddie Murphy had on the same outfit as the girl in Thriller, just a leather version.
He's stupid.
Boy, you trying to go out the goat like that? I'll let Eddie deal with you.
But I want to hear one more. You got one more.
Yeah.
You got one more.
That's 4.
I know.
But let me get some
You got
honorable
one more.
mentions, y'all. Like just for me, I love Chris Rock.
Love
Yeah,
Chris
I love
Rock.
I don't think he get mentioned enough.
Hold on, real quick before you go on. Talk about how you look. They said he put mirrors up in his fucking house when he did Bring the Pain, so he could walk around and see how he fucking moves on stage. He put
Man.
mirrors up and practiced his shit.
Them cameramen were so tired moving with him. Chris Rock moved so
He
much.
put mirrors up and practiced his shit for Bring the Pain
How
at
much
his
you got?
house.
But you know
Practice with that.
You know what?
I'm just saying.
What made him? What brought Bring the Pain out? He performed with this kid named Martin Lawrence.
Martin Lawrence.
Martin Lawrence went on as an opener, did 45 minutes, maybe an hour 15.
Damn.
Chris Rock said all he heard was. He said he thought it was a fight outside. He was like, he went out there, Martin tore it up, could not follow him. He said that'll never happen to me again.
Wow.
That's how you got to bring the pain.
Wow.
So Martin Lawrence is so underrated.
But
There's
for sure,
talk about relationships
100%.
that Martin Lawrence did. Just the human condition.
Right.
Martin is up there. He was a big influence for me.
Big time.
Me too.
Good guy. Yep.
And man, this all sound funny. Bill Cosby.
No,
Jerry Seinfeld.
hey,
I said that before we came on.
take away the drugging.
Congratulations, yeah.
He did a lot.
They were partying
Unfortunately, yeah, man. Unfortunately, with the reputation, the problem with these motherfuckers is they probably didn't have to do that.
Well, no, that's how you partied in the 70s.
I understand, but if a chick, you know what I'm saying? But if you just dropping shit, that's safe.
Yeah.
That's deceitful. He probably didn't have to do that. That's what I'm saying, man. And it fucking killed his legacy is what I'm getting at.
About comedy. We only talking about comedy. I'm not talking about him as a person that's despicable. I
Yeah.
have daughters. I would not want anybody doing that to my children.
100%. No, but what he did for a lot of shit.
Yeah.
You know,
but just think
For
about
comedy, for stuntmen,
everything.
education.
There wouldn't be any black stuntman in Hollywood
Right.
if it weren't for Bill
Right.
Cosby.
Exactly.
The fact that so many people enrolled in college
Right.
from our generation
Yeah,
to see
absolutely.
OBGYN and a lawyer on
Bam.
the
Right. Boom.
He had a psychologist that would come in and study the scripts to make sure that he's not doing anything too damaging.
Exactly.
Even with Fat Albert, he had those
Yeah,
same
the same
professionals.
thing. Yeah, Fat Albert.
Yeah.
Big
So,
time.
You
see what I'm saying? So why do that? You didn't have to. You're Bill Cosby.
Hey man, they
Damn
say
it.
cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Hell,
It's a drug that is stronger than cocaine.
You ain't lying.
And I'm sorry, man, if I'm
Not at all. You're
this is
doing
your
just
show,
great.
man. We
Yeah,
asked you to be
yeah.
on.
We talk truths here, man.
I see people. The comparison, my friends, people try to give me compliments sometimes, and in order to give you a compliment, sometimes they put other people down, and I don't like that. Just if you go compliment me, compliment me. I know I still got a lot of room to grow. I still make a lot of rookie mistakes the whole nine, and I'm still maturing into who I'm going to be on stage.
Definitely.
But Kevin Hart uses every aspect of comedy, act outs, set up punchline, storytelling. He is so underrated. How great he is.
I don't think he's underrated. He's filling up arenas.
No,
people know.
Arenas, but I'm saying amongst people,
And he used pyrotechs. Pyrotechnics.
And then I got to get up. It's funny because Cat Williams is a GOAT to me.
He's awesome.
And it's like
Definitely.
Yeah.
Ohio's own.
And, Cincinnati baby in the house. And that's it. I mean, it's a whole bunch of other.
There's so many good people out there. That's what I love about comedy. That's why when at any level, when I see somebody who feels like they're above us or this and that, it's like, look, we're all doing the same goddamn thing. And if you're real, and if you're a real person, we're all out there doing the same thing, just making people laugh, enjoying and regardless if it's somebody in front of me, somebody opening, somebody hosting, we're all trying to make the fucking evening great. Where the fuck is the ego? You know what I'm saying? And you're doing it for 4 years or some bullshit. Don't act like, you know what I'm saying?
Man, there's some people out there that rock, like Tony Roberts rock, Steve Brown. I mean, these people, man, just amazing. You just like, oh my God, how the world don't know about you.
Right, see.
They be bringing it.
Right.
When I say laugh, 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 laugh.
Right.
If you don't know who Tony Roberts is, look him up. You don't know who Steve Brown is, look him up.
Right.
Marvin Hunter is on the rise. That's my
awesome.
dude. I got a cat out of Columbia, South Carolina, new to the game, Jake Staley.
Okay.
He dope. Kelly Kales is dope. Just Niche is dope. It's some dope
so many people
out here. George Wilborn. Damon Williams. I got to work with that, man. It's so many dope people.
Now think about going out and doing a show with everybody. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the night, everybody had a good show. Everybody had a good time. Everybody's laughing. Everyone's going home happy. What's the problem? You know what I mean? Instead, they got some motherfucker sitting in the back. Oh, that shit wasn't funny.
You know
what?
I get more BS from the comedians than I do the crowd.
I mean, not to change it up. I just thought about it. How's Kenny?
Kenny is doing great. So he's
Shout
asking me about Kenny Adams. Kenny Adams had a stroke. He's a local comedy legend. He was the first guy to bring Robin Harris to Cleveland. Shout out to Robin Harris. A lot of people don't know that name. Look up Robin Harris. That guy, you talking about crowd work? Man, you can't touch. Bernie Mac, once Robin Harris left, Bernie Mac moved into that role.
You talking about House Party Robin Harris?
Yeah.
Okay. Old school Robin Harris. Yeah.
Yeah,
fucking, he's the best. I love him.
That guy could get out there. He knew how to talk about you.
Oh.
See, a lot of people try to take that. Like, people, and I shout out to D.L. Hughley, because he one of my
Oh,
favorites.
yeah, he's
D.L.
another one.
crowd work
for
was
sure, yeah.
king.
Bruh, but Robert Harris did it in a way that you were in on the joke, where some of the people made you the joke.
Yeah.
You know, you old test tube, baby. You know, it's just the way he said it.
Once again, personality, energy, just appearance on stage. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot involved in this fucking game, man. And I love it because you tweak everything. You talking about the first time on stage, right? I did a joke about Kevin Winslow Jr.
Oh, yeah.
But I forgot to mention who he was. But he played for the Browns, and he ended up getting busted, like, jerking off in a Target parking lot. You know what I'm saying? So I did a joke, but not too many people know who he is.
Knew who he was at that point.
So you have to understand what your joke is. You know what I'm saying? There's an evolution to all this, and it's great to see people who inspired you and your own influence throughout the whole thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's...
I'm a student of the game, so it's like it's a lot of comics that I've watched and I will watch and I still watch. A lot of people I'm not hip to. Once I hear these names, I'll go look them up and I'll research them and things
like that. Are they
local?
Local or just
Look up
people?
David Arnold, too.
Well, David Arnold for sure, but a lot of people you named, are those people you worked with, or are they local?
I work with most of them. They're not local. Shout out to Kenny Howell too. Oh, he cold. That's my dude.
Kenny Howell. I did see. Yeah, he seems like he's cool.
Yeah, they're national touring comics.
Awesome. Okay,
They should be household names.
Okay.
Boom. He was like, yes.
Right.
I don't deal with.
Oh no,
local stuff.
Yeah, these local guys.
You want to talk about some local people? I mean, Mike Head is dope. Rob Ward is dope. I mean, but they travel now.
Right.
Yeah.
He
already said.
Rob Coleman just had a dope set.
Shout out to Rob.
Rob Coleman is dope, man. Go to his classes. John King, who's my mentor out of Akron. I mean, the real John King.
Yeah.
Y'all, soak up that game.
We talk about it all the time. Like, I Am Chad. We got a lot of people in Cleveland. You know what I'm saying, on the rise. I love Chad.
Tyrone Gaines,
up and coming monster.
He's another one. His influence. I love his list because his influence. He has like George Carlin.
Yeah,
he has a list just like him. It's great. You know, I told us I love that joke.
Shout out to Tyrone Gaines. We had him on the show.
Yeah.
Tyrone Gaines is dope.
Yeah, Tyrone. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you somebody who I don't see getting mentioned, but if he stay humble and hungry the way he's doing it, you know, he's going through something emotional now. His mother's birthday was yesterday. She passed away. I really like Marquand Banks. And once he started,
shout out to Marquand.
Yeah, shout out to Marquand.
Wait a minute, his mom. He lost his mom.
He lost his mom. Yeah.
Sorry to hear that, bro.
Yeah, sorry, brother.
Yeah. Chevy Terrell.
Is that
okay?
Big
Chevy? Yeah, Big Chevy.
Yeah, Big Chevy. Yeah, shout out to Chevy.
Shout out to Chev.
On it, man.
Yeah.
You know, some of my other peers. You know, B Titty. You know, we got so many dope. You know, and I don't want to keep mentioning names.
No, because you forget. Else. That's why I told him the one time. Like, you forget names.
And I wish y'all would have said, "Well, local."
No.
I'm gonna tell you something. You miss one person, they take it as a slight.
Yeah.
You got to think. Sean Showtime is dope as hell.
You said, yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's dope as hell.
Oh
dope.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's one of my mentors.
Oh yeah. We always shout out D.R. Yeah. He's.
You know. But see, then, you know, I got people that's my friends. You know, you talk about people you love. Like,
right.
I love Gene Miller.
Right.
I mean?
Gene's he's another local. Yeah, love him.
His energy is just there. Gene, once his pen matches energy, ain't nobody gonna be able to touch him because
very well put.
Right.
He got that life. He lived a life.
Yeah. I love the way
he lived a life.
Right.
And if he ever tell you his story,
Terrence Howard like a motherfucker.
He tell me how he got cousin his kid. I'm laughing. He telling me a true story. I'm like, boy, this is hilarious. I thought he was telling me a bit. It's a true story.
Oh yeah. That's life. That's comedy,
bruh. So and it's you know, you just see people grow, like Kevin Ford growing. You know,
right? Kevin Ford. Yeah.
You know, y'all growing. It's like you don't
want
you don't want to miss nobody. It's like it's really hard for me because people take it personal.
Yeah.
No, I get what you're saying, man. But this is what I literally say, and I truly believe it. and I'm trying to practice what I preach.
Keith Silly, shout out to her.
Shout out to Keith Silly,
she's
and I
awesome
did a whole
too,
show dedicated to all the women that's doing it too, because they don't get it.
And once again, we were like, you gonna name everybody because you leave somebody out, we're gonna forget them all. You know what I'm saying?
Both Ebony's, you know.
Both Ebony's. I like how you said that. Both Ebony's. Local, we know that.
You said Keith Silly.
Yeah. There's so many.
What's her name? Simone.
Freddie Simone.
I see her picture, and we friends. I don't think I've ever seen her.
Never.
She was up at Exotic Cuisine.
She's from Columbus.
Yeah, she's from Columbus.
Shout out to Sister Lulu.
Yeah, Sister Lulu too. That's what I'm saying. We can see her name everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, wait.
Elise Dickerson.
Columbus, Elise Dickerson. Oh, come on, that's my baby. Now, Elise. Hey, she did her thing.
Oh yeah,
Elise.
Yeah,
We had
Elise.
some shows that I'm telling you, because I mentioned Tank. Everybody know I roll with Tank, so it sound like I'm being. Bruh, you got to see him do his thing.
Oh no, he's
Tank, Britain,
Britain.
Like I said, Key earlier.
Yeah,
man, they brought it. Darian Downs brought it yesterday. It was not a weak. It was not a weak point in that show.
That's dope.
They brought it just like the show before. I mean, it's just it's amazing. That's why I love that showcase.
Okay.
I love giving people a chance to do it. You sell your tickets to your people. So everybody got their own cheering section.
Right.
And you keep the money.
Right.
You keep the money.
See, look, don't get us once again. You be opening Pandora's box.
No. So everybody gonna get a chance because I definitely gonna do 12 shows, 72 comedians. I want to put 72 comedians.
That's dope.
So if I ain't got to you yet, don't think it's personal.
Right.
I'm coming.
Okay.
I'm coming. We got a show coming up. Rob Ward.
Shout out to Rob Ward.
Shout out to Rob Ward.
Who was a excellent comedian, who is one of the most famous comedians to come out of Cleveland anytime recently. He's a legend in his own right. Been on television.
Yeah.
This man travels with Benji. I mean, this dude is just dope and all around good guy.
Right.
He gonna be on the show. I got GW Nail on that show.
GW is great. GW is good, man. I like
Petrie on that show.
Okay, Brandon. Yeah.
Desmond Turner's on that show.
Yeah. Hey, you know what?
Keith Kendall's on
Now's
that show.
a good time to shout out what you got coming, what you got going on, upcoming, and things like that.
Okay, upcoming. I should open up my thing. I put my phone on airplane mode so I get them all the respect. But I'll be at the Improv tomorrow.
Okay.
I'll be with Curran Claiborne. I'll be featuring. I don't know who the opener is, but I'm sure the opener is dope. Curran Claiborne gonna be there tomorrow, y'all. That's gonna be wonderful.
Dope.
Saturday, I'll be with my man B Titty. We're gonna be in Coshocton.
All right.
We're gonna shake it up. We're gonna
get it.
Shake it, baby.
Get it.
Then I have a few private gigs.
Okay.
That I'm doing. I'll be in Hillsdale, Michigan on December 3rd. I forgot where I'm at December 10th. I'm sorry.
No, you get. We'll get to the website and everything.
Yeah. Well, go to my website. Go to bigrichcomedy.com. You can see my upcoming shows. But if you ain't doing nothing tomorrow, come out to the Improv. It's Thanksgiving Eve. Man, we're going to have a fun. Curran Claiborne.
They're not going to see this until what, Sunday?
Yeah. Oh, unfortunately.
I didn't mean to do that. I apologize.
Oh, no, you good.
No,
shit.
you should tell me that.
He had a great show, though, people. You should have check him out after this, though.
Legendary.
You should have seen that mother.
Legendary.
Always good times.
This episode of the Midnight Paco Podcast brought to you in part by the Acumen Paralegal Services help you help yourself the legal way. The services that they offer is they help with documents that need to be typed, guardianships, probate, divorce, wills and trust, complaints, business organization, financial planning, and legal research and writing. Go ahead and give them a call at 216-727-0049 or 216-456-2000. Michelle White will get you right.
That's right.
Shout your stuff out, man. Promote your stuff. You can find them at bigrichcomedy.com.
Yes, you can. You guys loud. Let me see.
He got merch. He got T-shirts.
I picked up a hoodie, so I'm be rocking
I got a T-shirt.
Baby,
I got 2 T-shirts.
So this is Sunday, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So November 29th, you can catch me at the Silver Spot Cinema, y'all.
Bam. Okay.
Shout out to them.
The headliners, I Am Chad.
Oh
Chad.
shit, that's a hell of a lineup, man. You
with
was just
Charlotte Curtis.
Yeah.
With GW Neal.
GW Neal.
I'll be with my man Rob Coleman.
damn.
Rob
It's
Coleman.
gonna be a heck of
That's
a show.
a hell of a
Yeah,
show,
for sure.
right
Y'all
there.
better come out and see. Then I'm on the Lex Vegas podcast. And
Shout out to Lex.
Midnight Paco podcast.
We all the same. We all the same, baby. Give a shout out. Lex
Shout out to Lex
Podcast.
Vegas.
And so then I got that show there. Let me see, what's that? The 14th. Okay, 17th. Okay, I'll be in Parkersburg, West Virginia on December 17th.
Parkersburg.
I'll be back in Maple Heights on December 18th, y'all. So
That's the Silver
what
Spot, right?
No, that's
Oh,
Silks.
Silks?
On the 18th.
Oh, okay, Silks.
Silver Spot is the 29th of November.
29th. There you go.
29th of November. I was just going over some of them dates, y'all. So
Oh yeah, that's
I'm
what's
sorry,
up.
y'all. Sometimes I'll be losing track. I ain't trying to do that on purpose. So
That's what's
I'm
up.
excited.
But make sure BigRichComedy.com.
BigRichComedy.com.
Yeah, we gotta get the website out there. Make sure people
On
go
that note,
check
where
out all
can they
this stuff.
find you at, man?
Oh, they can find me at Justin Fuller Comedy on Instagram, baby.
And they can find me at _great_COREE. That's where you can find me on Instagram, or you can find us both at the Midnight Paco Podcast.
Don't forget to hit up JustinFullerComedy.com, baby. Check out
That's
the
his-
website as well, and we'll put all his information up in the description, so you can make sure you can hit up Big Rich, baby. He's doing big things. He's out there in the world now,
Man.
full time, baby.
I really
Love it.
appreciate you being
giving-
on this
yeah.
show, man. I really do,
I
man.
appreciate you, brother.
Yes.
Thank you for having me.
Oh,
Thank you
for
your
sure.
hospitality,
Oh
y'all.
no, it's an honor, man. Appreciate
Rich
it.
Greene.
Make
Rich
sure y'all
Greene,
tune
people.
in. Midnight Paco Podcast.
Subscribe.
Yeah.
Like and share. Like and share.
Peace out.
Midnight Paco. Midnight Paco Podcast. 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 Midnight Paco. Midnight Paco Podcast.